Hey guys, this week we are going to be reviewing sixth grade fractions. We have a kind of a new layout that we're going to try. I try to make it a little bit easier for you guys to kind of work through and understand exactly what you have to do. So everything is on this document. So if you take a look at it, here are your directions. It just says follow the order of the grid. Watch any videos before starting the practice activities. So as you are watching the videos on helping relearn the material, or even if it's something new, you should be having your math notebook out and you should be solving the problems with the video. Okay, so we're not just watching the video. I want you actually solving the problem with the person who is doing the video. And then that way you could pause it, try it yourself, and then hit play. And that way you can kind of catch your mistakes. Okay, so it's important to take notes on this stuff. The very first thing that is on here is going to be adding and subtracting fractions. So if you take a look at what is on the top, so the little fire emoji is going to be placed next to something that we as teachers highly recommend you either watching if it's a video or doing if it's a practice assignment. Okay, we know that we can't take every single things for grades, and one of the biggest things that I was telling you guys in class is when we practice problems in class, I don't take those for a grade, right? We're doing them together. We're talking about it. We're practice and preparing for things that are going to be for a grade. So it's important if you see that fire emoji, even though I know it's not for a grade, you should be practicing it because it still could be on a quiz. It still could be on a test. And usually it is material that will help you on the assignments that actually are for a grade. Okay, so the fire emoji, we recommend you doing those before moving on to the next. The star and highlighted in red, okay, those are going to be what is for a grade and placed in Infinite Campus. Okay, the due date is always Sunday, September 27th at 11:59, so it's always on that Sunday at midnight. And then there's my email address and Mr. Galvin's email address that you can email us if you have any questions or problems as you're working through. Okay, so the very first thing is adding and subtracting fractions. Okay, so I put on here basic review. So if you totally forget how to add and subtract fractions with like denominators, okay, I put a video that goes over 2 practice problems. Okay, so that's something that you should watch real quick, try it on in your notebook, follow along before you move on to the second box. Okay, so the very first box here is adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. Okay, so you have your video. Okay, so here's your video. You next have your practice assignment. So look at this very first practice assignment. If you click it, it will take you on to the Khan Academy. Again, this is something that even though I'm not taking for a grade, you should probably know how to add fractions before, look what is for a grade, is subtracting fractions. So if you can add fractions, you're going to be really successful when it comes to subtracting fractions, and that's what's going to be for a grade. So in column number 2 is going to be adding and subtracting fractions with mixed numbers. So you see your 2 videos. I would watch it, try it in your notebook, and then your practice is adding, subtracting mixed numbers. So do not just jump to the Khan Academy. Okay, make sure you guys are watching the videos because the videos will take you step by step on actually how to solve the practice activities. And then your third thing is your mini quiz. That's your check-in. Go ahead and just click the link. It's in a Google form, and that will be what's for graded. Okay. The next section is multiplying and dividing. So same with adding and subtracting. Here are your videos and your practice. So you will work through that in this order all the way till you get to your next check-in, which is your mini quiz, and that's going to be multiplying and dividing fractions. So again, Khan Academy is everything that's Khan Academy, and for practice, redo it as many times as you want, get the best grade possible. Okay, if you redo something after the due date, you have to email myself or Mr. Galvin. That way we know to go back and change your grade. And then the very final thing, this is your checklist. This is something that as you are working through, so when you actually complete your Khan Academy, I want you filling in when did you complete it. So if you completed it on Monday, you will just type in Monday. or whatever day it was when you completed it. And then you're going to hit that turn in button and turn it into us. So this is the only thing that you're going to see on Google Classroom. It will all be there for you. Just make sure you hit that turn in button before the due date, which is September 27th. Okay, good luck. Email us if you have questions.